New tonight, former Trump attorney Michael Cohen, who on Tuesday pled guilty to tax fraud charges, now is being subpoenaed by New York State investigators in the probe of the Trump Foundation. This as investigators look into whether or not the charity broke state law or lied about tax liability. Tuesday's plea from Cohen and the conviction of former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort on bank and tax fraud charges had the president taking to Twitter saying President Obama had a big campaign finance violation and it was easily settled. So the question is, what impact, if any, is this going to have on the Trump administration? And does anybody care? I want to bring in Democratic strategist and radio talk show host Garland Nixon. Garland, welcome back to Chasing News.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
Garland, I have to tell you, I tried really hard all morning on my radio show to get some traction on this because I was interested in talking about it, and it fell completely flat. Nobody seemed to care other than my regular haters on Twitter that get angry every time I mention the president. What are your thoughts? Do people not care? Should they?
Well, I think this is a matter of, it's an instance where people are very weary. You know, for the last year and a half, you know, every couple of months, it's Mike Flynn, it's Nunberg, it's someone, and there's a lot of spin, and the spin generally goes like this. This is the one that's going to take the president down.
It's interesting you say that because I had this thought this morning as well. I've been thinking through this whole thing. This reminds me not of President Nixon, it reminds me of President Clinton. And I was one of the only Republicans in Washington at the time to think the Republicans were crazy to go after him on the impeachment. Are the Democrats doing the same thing to Trump?
Let's face it, no president in history has ever been impeached and removed from office. So I think the Democrats would be far better served to focus on what they can do policy-wise to build a platform instead of putting all of their eggs in the impeachment basket, which has never happened in history.
Garland, can you imagine if we actually have a conversation heading into the next election about issues?
It doesn't look like any chance of that happening. As I said, you know, when I turn on the news, there are no news channels anymore. There appear to only be spin channels. And what happens is if the news is all spin, then people just will kind of look at the economy and look at what's going on around them and their personal circumstances and vote based on that.
I would agree. Garland, good to talk to you. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.